I'm just gonna make this as short as it can be. Avoid unapologetic people. If you think you want to be nice, fine. It's your life, but I'll tell you reasons why you should. Being unapologetic is a mental condition. It's something that I hate to say, but it's something that when people have it, they're as good as being mad. It's just that they're mad and normal in the sense that they can actually have a normal conversation with you, but they are mad upstairs because they don't actually accept change. A normal human being should be able to realize when they're wrong, right? The only person who doesn't, or the only person who feels every other person is wrong is a madman. A madman will tell you that is normal is mad. Yeah, a madman feels other people are mad. He feels he's the smart one, he's the wise one, and every other person is mad. Now, funny enough, this is what it feels like when you're with unapologetic people. But unapologetic people are different from mad people, right? Mad people, they raise their voice often. Unapologetic people make you raise your voice. So they are mad carriers. That means they carry the disease of madness. They get close to you, you're the one getting mad, but everybody thinks, you're the one at fault, not knowing the ones. Now, how do they do this thing? They achieve it uncontrollably. It's not something they have control of. It's just the way they are being born. It's the way you have some people from birth they are blind, from birth they are deaf and dumb, from birth they are imbeciles, from birth they are mad. It's the same way some people are unapologetic. So I've really learned that those kind of people, they are sick in their head, and the earlier you avoid them, the better. Now, one of the reasons why I stopped staying with unapologetic people, at first I would always feel I could make things make sense to them, not until I discovered I was actually harming myself in a nutshell. Now, back then, I had this unapologetic spouse whom, no matter what you do, no matter what she did, rather, no matter how you explain it, she always has a way to defend herself. It is always, she rather tells you anything that would make her feel like she's not. I don't know if she has issues knowing she's the cause of something. Some people don't really want to admit they could be wrong. I've seen people like that. It's just like when you're in a class, there is this student who doesn't want to ever accept he's wrong. So the teacher comes in, teaches further maths, for instance. Everybody writes the test. Some people win, or say some people win. Some people pass the test, and some people fail. Now you now see this boy, for instance, who just chooses to believe he is right, even if the teacher said he is wrong. So you see him having zero, like maybe 0/10 or 0/20. He failed the test, but he's somehow arguing with the teacher and telling the teacher that he's right. Now the funny thing is, you actually think he's just joking, not until you understand that this guy in his own head feels he is right and the teacher is wrong. Now people like that are already useless, because when finally the exam comes up, because he did not agree or admit to take corrections why the teacher corrected him, he will likely say write the same incorrect answer he wrote in the test. Now people really change from things, or people improve when they get to understand that their current position or whatever they're doing currently, it's no longer effective, or it requires an upgrade, right? Now, anybody who doesn't really admit, or who has refused to see where they could be at fault, or where they could be needing change, or where they could be needing improvement, should be completely avoided. Now, I say you should avoid them because that is the only way I've understood that you can treat this mental illness of unapologeticness. If you don't avoid people who are completely unapologetic, they will never be able to learn. It's the same thing as when that boy writes the text and he said, it's incorrect. If the teacher walks him out of the class and tells him he's crazy, he's going to fail and repeat this class if he doesn't come back and write that correction. Now, once the student knows the teacher has cut him off, he has no other option than to probably rewrite the test and write the correction. Now, whether the student likes it or not, the teacher has forced him into admitting or into accepting that he might be wrong. Now, if the teacher does it well, the student unlearns that habit of unapologeticness. But the truth is, everybody around us has been so soft to people who are unapologetic that we think we're being nice to them, being soft. But we don't know we're actually doing them bad because we're aiding them. People who are unapologetic, like I said, is a mental condition. It's something that affects someone and they feel, I don't know why I said it's a mental condition is their brain already has a reason, kept down why they shouldn't be apologetic. Apologetic simply means you did something wrong, you're owning it up, you're apologizing. Some people, if they promise to meet you today, they cannot meet up. Instead of apologizing, they rather off their phone and not talk to you till 1 week time. They tell you sorry for last time. People like that will constantly make you feel like you're crazy. They could tell you they're coming over right now and they won't come again. They'll off the phone. You'll be thinking they're stranded on the road, they're dead, they have been kidnapped, they have been killed. They just don't know how to apologize. You will give them a particular job, they would make a mess out of it. And instead of apologizing or trying to do it up, they rather just cut you off. They use the toilets and you tell them to flush it off, and instead of them to apologize, they rather pack their house and tell you now because they stay for your house. Me for my own house, I get what's it called again? Water. Like they always want to make it. You tell them right now, don't do this. They tell you, oh sorry, because I'm in your house. Let me start going to my house. It's like there is always a reason not to apologize to you. They somehow make you even feel bad for complaining. Like this person will do something that will get you upset. You are telling them you did this thing wrong, and instead of them to apologize for what they did, they rather go defensive mode and defend themselves. Now that thing affects the other person. That's why I call them madness carrier. Now it affects you because you end up shouting and raising your voice all the time. And why they are, which is unapologetic people, they are always making it. They're in fact the calmest people ever. Yeah, they're the calmest people. They'll match now and they'll match your leg. They'll pass and they'll match your leg right now. You tell them, you match me now. You don't dirty my shoe. They're like, why are you shouting? Why are you shouting? Did you tell me why are you raising your voice? Is it not? Did I know? Did I match you? Now you see this person is provoking you right now. There are two things you could do. You could either apologize and say sorry for shouting, or you could keep on raising your voice and keep saying, why are you telling me I am shouting? You just matched me. Now whichever, if you apologize, it only takes a while before they make you a chicken. You keep apologizing over everything. They will never be the one to tell you sorry. They rather do reverse psychology, or you keep shouting every single day like a mad person. Now whether you like it or not, every single thing you practice finally becomes part of you. So if you keep on shouting after a period of time, you get crazy. So the best thing I've actually learned to treat people who are unapologetic is to stay away from them. Now when you're distant from them, they start realizing that probably they hurt you. Now most of them don't ever take corrections, but I noticed that when you cut off from them, it makes them fix themselves in a way. So if you love somebody whom is giving you constant issues and you somehow feel you love them so much you don't want to let go of them, but they don't really see what they're doing that is wrong, I can tell you they have a mental issue, and the best thing you can ever do for them is to please and please and please cut off from them. It is only when you cut off from them they realize. Have you heard of this proverb? People realize what they have after they have lost it. It's actually because it's human to discover what you have or to make reflections when that thing is no longer there. Right? So avoid unapologetic people. That way they get to see what they do, and don't ever accept them back except they do apologize. That way you're constantly, I don't know if it's possible to, that thing is actually a mental illness. I feel so because I've met lots of people and it doesn't make sense to me. Somebody's constantly seeing where they are wrong. You're proving it to them. I say it's only a mad person who thinks it's not mad. Like you're constantly telling them what they're doing that is wrong, but for whatever reasons they just feel they're right. So the best option is to just avoid them completely. So this is the gist for today, being the 15th of February 2023. Make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. And if you have had a friend whom is completely unapologetic, somebody whom you have been with in life, who made it to an extent, even argued if you're sane, argued your sanity, please use the comment section to share your story. Till next time, this is Dannyokec.